Okay, guys, welcome to week 5 of our Business Basics series. This week, we will be talking about how we can support those that we sign up. So my name is Nicole Vincent, and I am a Diamond with doTERRA. I've been with doTERRA for almost 4 years now, which is crazy. My 4-year anniversary will be in April, so I'm really excited for that. And that's also doTERRA's birthday. Their birthday's in April, too. So they'll be, how many years? I think they're going to be 9. They started in 2008. I can't do math. So they'll be 8 years. So they're 8 years. So super fun times. So this week I'm going to be talking about teaching you about what to do after you sign somebody up, how to do an oil review or a wellness consult. We're going to actually be talking about both of those. We're going to be talking about how to use the Live, Share, and Build guides, and how to work on mentoring and connecting with our team. Because this is a relationship business. Alexander, I'll tell you about the water bottle in a little bit. But this is a relationship business, guys. So if you're not building your relationships, your business is not going to grow. I can tell you that the people that I've worked hard on and nurturing those friendships and those relationships, they continue to buy from me. They're the ones that decide that they want to share and build and grow. And so building relationships is so important. So don't discount that, and make sure you keep that in mind as you are talking to people. Oh, where's my mouse? Okay, tools you need. Now we are focusing on the Share Success system. You can use other systems, but I really, really, really like the Share Success system. I feel it's very comprehensive and it's very beautifully done. It's very easy to use. And they have beautiful PDF versions that are completely free. So if you're just starting out and you don't have that extra money to get the printed copies, you can easily go to sharesuccess.com and /library, and you can download the PDF for free and print it off yourself. You can get the magazine version, the online magazine version, that you can send that link easily to somebody to help them go through the steps that we're going to be talking about tonight. If you want to be using a different system, maybe you're going to be using the Living, Sharing, Building guide from the doTERRA Class in a Box, you are welcome to do that as well. So just find a system that works for you and that you like, and stick with that, because it's going to make it a lot easier to duplicate yourself if you find a system that you like and you just keep using it and keep teaching your people to use the same system. So we are first going to follow up. We're going to have a first meeting. I like to do we're going to be looking at this in 2 different meetings. So that way you're really nurturing that relationship. You're really showing these people that you care. So about 2 to 4 days after the new person has received their kit, that's when you want to schedule this meeting. Now, if you're not local to them, that's okay. It can be a Zoom meeting like this, or Skype. It can be a phone meeting. I really recommend something where you're actually hearing each other, where it's not just through messaging back and forth, because a lot can be lost there, especially if you're trying to say, oh, this person really isn't grasping the idea of using essential oils. You can tell that from the tone of voice or for facial expressions. So trying to be face-to-face or voice-to-voice is important. Make sure you're asking what they want to know about first. They might have a health priority that you're not even aware of. And so you want to make sure that you're catering to what they're wanting to address first. And you can go through the Live Guide, and I'm actually going to switch screens here real quick to show you this. Uno momento. So this is the Live Guide on the magazine view. So you can get this link from the Share Success /library. And what you're going to do is you're going to go over to their house, or you're going to send them this link and have them breeze through it. It's got information. It's beautifully done. So visually, it's very nice to look at. It is going to help them understand their doTERRA membership benefits. It's going to teach them about LRP, and it's going to create a 90-day wellness plan. And you're going to help them do this. So walk with them through this. You don't need to go through every page and read everything, but just point out, look, there's some great green smoothie recipes. You know, if you're looking for some weight support, here are some options here. If you're, you know, ideas for a morning routine, this basically is the catalog, but categorized for like times of days or for specific focuses. So I love that because it helps people kind of see how doTERRA can fit into their life easier without you being pushy. I am so against being pushy. I'm probably to a fault. I probably could stand to be a little pushier. But I love this because it helps them imagine swapping out doTERRA products for something that they're already using. And so it gets those wheels turning, and it helps them see themselves in a doTERRA lifestyle. Because as you get into doTERRA, it really is a lifestyle. Don't you think so, guys? And so this can help those new people kind of grasp that concept a little bit more. You know, talking about mood. So these pages are going to speak to different people, and you don't always know everybody's story. So I love this because it really gives different angles that people might be interested in. It's got cleansing here. It's got green cleaning over here. Baby care, sleep. This is a big issue for a lot of people. So lots of different ideas in that area. Now, this is where when we're going through the Libguide, we're going to be talking about this wellness consult here in a little bit. But this is very important. Don't let the wellness consult scare you. You don't really have to know anything other than how to use your reference book. So keep that in mind. So hold on, oh shoot. Were you guys able to see the Libguide? Did I show that at all? Or did you just see me talking? Because I meant to show. It's okay. That's what happens when we do late webinars with Nicole. So sorry about that. Let me show it to you guys real quick. Share screen. Okay, good. You got a great look of Nicole late at night, tired. Did you see the bags under my eyes? Just kidding. Okay, let me show you that again real quick. Okay, so I'll just breeze through this so I don't. You're so sweet. You're sweet, Trudy. But can you guys see the Libguide now? This is just, guys, look how beautiful this is. And this just helps people put themselves in that doTERRA state of mind. And I like it because they can breeze through this on their own and just kind of figure out what angle they want to take this on. So whether you're printing this out or you're buying a hard cup, and that's not even very many tabs, Trudy. So, but I'm a multitasker. I'm a champion multitasker. But having this printed out or having the PDF, this magazine view, is super helpful because they visually can see it. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. We're going to make this big again. Let me see. Let me make sure that you can see. Maybe. Okay. Are we back to PowerPoint, guys? I haven't really swapped between screens before. So I'm making sure. Okay, good. Okay. So have them go through that Libguide and kind of see what they're interested in. See if they're really drawn toward that mood management or if they're drawn towards the weight loss. So you can kind of focus on what they're wanting to talk about. Because if they're not interested in the weight loss products, but they really like how the skincare line looks, then let's talk about skincare with them. You don't need to sit there and talk about every single product that doTERRA has and carries. That's going to be a really long meeting and a really overwhelming meeting. Let them narrow it down for you so that you are being focused on what they are wanting to focus on. Now, in this 2-meeting idea, if they're up for it, you can do this in one sitting. Some people can get overwhelmed. Some people want to just drink it all in. So kind of gauge how your person is going through this. So the first and the second meeting might be in the same meeting. So keep that in mind. That's okay if they go together. But if you're seeing that they're getting a little bit overwhelmed with information, then you might want to break it up a little bit. Make sure so this first time you might want to do the wellness consult, you might not want to. You kind of have to gauge how they're processing stuff. Some people, it's just that you got to take into that account that overwhelm factor. Because when people are overwhelmed, the answer is automatically no. And that's something that I learned early on, is because I was so excited about all this new information. And what I ended up doing is I would basically vomit information all over them, and they would be so overwhelmed they wouldn't even buy any more oils from me. And they didn't really want to talk to me anymore because they couldn't handle it. It was too much. So really, if their guys are starting to glaze over, or they're like, oh, I'm so confused, and they're just, their head spinning, then set up that second meeting. If they're going good, then you can continue this into one big meeting, okay? But just kind of keep that in mind. So there's some flexibility here. This is just kind of a guideline. And I will be uploading an amazing wellness advocate checklist that you fill out for every new wellness advocate that you sign up, that the fabulous Trudy Askew has put together for us and has so graciously shared this fabulous resource with us. And she has some other good little tidbits in there that she's allowed me to upload into our group and share with us. So watch for those. I will be uploading them to our leaders group. I will probably do it tomorrow morning. So watch for those resources that will really make this a streamlined process. Trudy is like the queen of systems and the queen of streamlining stuff. And she just has put this together so beautifully for us. And so thank you, Trudy. Make sure you guys tell Trudy thank you, because she is awesome. So you want to make sure that the oils that they received, whether it be a family physician kit, a natural solutions kit, or maybe they just got the membership in 1 or 2 oils, make sure you check to see if they know how to use the oils that they've received. Because if they still haven't opened the bottles, we have a problem, right? We want to make it so it's not scary. We want to make it so it's something that they can do, that they feel confident in. So if they order, let's say they ordered some Digest Zen because they have some digestive distress in their household, then I would have them take out their bottle. And I don't have a bottle close, but take out their bottle, have them open up the top, and have them, if they're having current digestive distress, have them apply it. Or, pretend, let's play. Okay, let's say you're having some occasional indigestion, you ate some crazy Mexican food, then show them, okay, you would take the bottle like this and you'd flip it over on your finger and you'd rub it right here. That way, when they are ready to use it for their issue, they can remember and have that visual in their mind. Because guys, remember, oils are new to most people. Most people, this is a completely new concept and a completely new idea. And so you do kind of have to walk people through baby steps and tell them, don't be scared. The only way to do this wrong is to leave the lid on your oils. And that, for a lot of people, you can see your people that are a little bit more type A, that like everything spelled out, then just give them the reference book and say, look, this will walk you through how to do it. So make sure they know how to use the oils that they received. Now, I will tell you right now, and especially if you guys are new, and if you're watching this, you're probably newer, repeat after me, even though you guys are all on mute. I am not a resource book. Say that to yourself, because a lot of times we think that we have to know it all. And sometimes we might know it all. We might have all the answers up in our head, and we just like to spout them off because, hey, it makes us feel good because we're being needed and important and we're helping. But guys, that empowered feeling you have from having your oils and having your reference book, you need to pass that on to someone else. Don't be their reference book. You can be their teacher and teach them how to use a reference book, but you are not the reference book, okay? So if you find yourself answering usage questions, say, hey, did you look in your book under that? Try that first. If that doesn't work, then come back to me and we can troubleshoot, okay? Because it will eat up so much of your time if you are constantly having to provide those answers. That's not your job. Your job is to teach people about oils, help them get oils in their home, and then help them know where to go when they have questions. Okay? So again, repeat after me. I am not a reference book. Please remember that. So pick which reference book you like. There is a fabulous app. Let me get my phone. There is a fabulous app. I'm going to show you here on my phone. Let me find the right thing. Okay, see right here, Modern Essentials. It is the book on the phone. Boom, mind blown, right? Okay, so if somebody is not a fan of the book, or maybe they don't have the money to purchase a book, have them download the app. And you can even use it as an incentive. Say, hey, if you place a 100-point LRP, I'll give you the app for free. Now, can you really give them the app for free? No, but you can give them the $7 rebate for downloading the app. It is a one-time $6.99, I believe, download. And once you have it on your phone, it's there. They update it regularly. And it's just fabulous. And so either they need to have a book or they need to have the app on their phone. They need to pick. So when you are there talking with them and you're in the Libguide, you need to ask them, what reference method, what reference material would you prefer? A book or an app on your phone? Some people might want both. Some people might prefer one or the other. So let them have that choice, but they need to pick a reference because you are not their reference book. You're not their reference book. The Essential Life, I absolutely love this book, but I will say it can be a little bit overwhelming for brand new people. So I really like to stick to Modern Essentials or the app, and then if they want more, then I'll let them know about Essential Life. But it's totally up to you and your preference, but just make sure that you are teaching them about these resources, especially since we cannot post on social media or online about these resources because of compliance reasons. So you need to be talking in person, over the phone, in private message about these reference materials. So yeah. And doTERRA University, guys, I would have your people require everybody to go to doTERRAuniversity.com and at least going through the living section. It will teach them about, it has little short videos on lots of different oils. It teaches them about how to use them. And it is just a really great resource that I think everybody should go through. If you haven't gone through doTERRAuniversity.com yet, please take the time to do that. That way you know what you're sending your people to, and that way you know what is available out there. And the doTERRAuniversity.com is 100% compliant. So you can share anything from that website without being concerned or worried. And you can send people to that website without being worried that, hey, it's not compliant. Now, yeah, and there's sharing and building sections. There's even a whole back office section that is just phenomenal. It teaches people how to set up an LRP, how to enroll a new person, how to do so much in the back office, all the way from just signing on to running crazy reports that diamonds like me need to run. So I love doTERRA University. Use that resource and make sure your people know about it. So this is something that is new that doTERRA just announced at Leadership. It's called the Daily Drop. It's going to be an app. It will be available in Google Play Stores and iTunes in March. It's going to be a 30-day program. It's going to be either daily text or emails the person can choose. And it's going to come with links to videos and other useful information to help new members how to use their oils. It's going to have little challenges like put 2 drops of lemon in your water today, or different little challenges to encourage them to use their oils and to have confidence in using their oils. Don't you think that's going to be awesome? I can't wait. I'm so excited. So the website for that is doTERRAdailydrop.com. It's not live yet, so be patient. It's not available in the stores yet. I'm sure as soon as it is, it'll be plastered all over Facebook. I know I'll plaster it everywhere because I'm super excited about that one. let's see. So this is a great question, Jen. Jen sometimes offers this, one of the reference books as a personal gift for enrolling with a kit. Would saying on my online classes of Facebook not be compliant, even if it says it's my personal incentive? It is not compliant. So you actually, like, you shouldn't even have a picture of, like, if you're doing a graphic with, you know, your free gifts for signing up with you, and you include any kind of reference material that's not from doTERRA, it is not compliant. And so, so even if you're doing a Facebook class, you can say you can get a free reference book, but you can't say what reference book it is or have an image. So, yeah, I know it's a little frustrating, but you can keep that. As a word of recommendation, I typically will not give the book for just enrolling. I will give the book when they enroll with LRP. And so, yeah, you need to take that out, because compliance will find that. And yeah, you can't have any sort of reference to Modern Essentials, Essential Life, any kind of reference thing. So I will tell you guys what I do for people that enroll with the kit. If they decide that night and they will make the decision that night that I'm not going to have to follow up with them, I will do a keychain, and I will fill it with, I'll usually have just like a variety of oils, and they can choose from the list that's going to be not super duper expensive, but oils that aren't in like the Family Physician Kit or the Essential, Home Essentials. I couldn't think of the word, the Home Essentials Kit. And then that way they've got their little keychain that has new oils that they can start using. And they're like, oh, I'm going to run out of this pretty fast. I better get my own bottle. So I'll give that to them when they sign up that night. That's not going to cost me a ton of money. The keychains are like $6.50 from doTERRA. And then if they do the LRP, yeah, Tree, that's what I was just getting to. So if they do the LRP, I usually require 100 points. Then I will give them the free Modern Essentials book or Essential Life book. It kind of depends on what I have most in stock. But with that, just like what Trudy says here, I send them home when they sign up. I will send them home with the book, because I want them to have that book as soon as possible, because the earlier they have that book and they're looking through it and they're getting excited about it, they're able to show the science to their husband and see that, hey, these are legit, then the better. And so I don't really push them getting on an LRP that night, but I'll say, okay, you take this book home and you look through it. I'm going to follow up with you, and if you decide to get on our loyalty program, this book is going to be free. If you don't, then it's going to be $25. And that way, they're going to have the book either way, and they get to choose what's best for them. And so, so yeah, just use those reference materials to your advantage, and make sure, do what you need to do to get the books in people's hand. Right now, today is the last day for Aroma Tools free shipping on $150 or more. So you can, if you can, I would scramble together and get a book order, because books are heavy and the shipping is expensive. So if you can get a group order, you can get them even cheaper and save a lot of money that way. You can get them down. I think if you do 84 books, it is only like it's a little less than $17 a book. And so cost-wise, it works out. But so you might see if someone in your area is doing a group deal that you can jump on in tonight, because today's the last day. But anyway, that's a good thing to have. Definitely have some books on hand. Okay, so Daily Drop, we're super excited about this. I can't wait for this to come out. This is just going to be so nice. Okay, plugging people in. Guys, this is huge. I can't tell you, I didn't think that, to me, it just made sense because I'm naturally a very networked and connected person, and I'm a friend hoarder. So if I meet you, I want to be friends with you, and I want to connect with you on social media, because that's my platform for a lot of my communication. Because, hey, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not getting out a bunch. I'm stuck at home with grandpa, things like that. So if I teach a class, I am going to pass my phone around and have everybody add me as a friend. So I will get on my Facebook and I will say, okay, type your name in, add me as a friend. And that way, when I'm on their mind, they don't have to worry about keeping up with my phone number. They don't have to worry about keeping up with my email. They're on my friends list, and they're going to see, even if I don't post about oils all the time, they're going to see me, and I'm going to stay fresh on their mind because I do post regularly. And so I really advocate getting connected on Facebook. So even if they don't sign up, if they're at a class that you're teaching, friend them. And if you're not super Facebook savvy, I would still do that because it still puts you in their mind. Oh, that's that oil girl. Yeah, I liked her. Yeah, she was fun. Or I think I want to try some of those oils. And so that has worked very well for me. Add new people to Facebook groups. If you don't have your own Facebook group, add them to my Facebook group. Add them to Essential Oilers. That is a great user group. Just find a group that you like. If your team doesn't have their own or you don't have their own, you're welcome to use my Essential Oiler group. That's totally fine with me. But make sure you ask their permission first. We don't want to spam people. And we've all been added to groups and we're just like, really? Another group? And it's kind of annoying, especially when we haven't been asked if we want to be added to that group. So make sure you have their permission first and then add them to your Facebook group. So know what group you want to add people to. Get them on a newsletter or email list. So even if you're not doing regular newsletters, and when you're first starting out, you're probably not going to be doing newsletters, but you're going to be starting to compile an email list that will help you keep track and communicate with your customers and your people. Maybe you're a texter and you want to add them on a list that you text. Now, I would highly recommend not doing a group text when you're texting all your customers. I can't tell you how irritating it is to get a text in a group text from somebody that is, telling me about their special for the month or whatever. And it's not that I'm not annoyed that they're telling me about their special for the month. I'm annoyed that 20,000 people that I don't know are responding and my phone keeps going off. Okay? So when I say text groups, that's just your mental group and then you are texting individually. You can copy and paste all you want, but text individually. Are they aware of local classes and meetings that you have coming up? If they're not local to you, are they aware of your upcoming webinar or Facebook class? Or make sure they know how they can learn more. You don't want to just love them and leave them, guys. Don't teach them an intro class and then never talk to them about oils again. Especially once you go through that Libguide and you can see where their area of interest lie, then you can say, oh, she was really interested in that mood management. I'm going to watch for an emotions webinar that'll come up, or I'm going to look to see if somebody local is teaching an emotions class. So have that on your radar. And that's another thing that I'm going to be uploading courtesy of Trudy is it's a contact log. And so what you do is this goes in a little notebook and you have their name, their phone number, their ID, the date they signed up, the date their LRP process, and you make notes of how you contact them. So that way you can say, okay, first one, really interested in weight loss and emotions. And that way you can go through and really show good customer care to those people that are signing up with you. So they feel very heard, very understood, very valued, and very personalized attention. Like, doesn't that feel good when someone remembers those little details? So be that person that remembers those details. Now, do you really have to remember them? No, you have them written down and you have this piece of paper in a notebook when you talk to them. And Trudy has a real good thing that we're going to be uploading as well in her notebook system. Okay, you're awesome, Trudy. So in her in one of the things we'll be uploading, it's a notebook system. So you have a notebook with dividers, and one is going to be warm or hot, warm, and cold. And so your hot contacts, these are your people that are hopping. They are just biting at the bit for information. They might not be a builder, but they might be super excited about using their oils, and they could have the potential of moving into that builder position. And Trudy, totally correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just going on memory from the slide that you showed that I looked at when you sent it to me. Warm is going to be, they're good. You might want to contact them once a month. They like to know about the specials. They like to know about the oil of the month. They're probably processing, a regular LRP. Those, that's your warms. Your colds, they're not super into it. Like, they buy oils here and there, but they're not super into it. And the colds, you're going to be just contacting quarterly. And people can move between categories, but that helps you understand how often you should be contacting them. I do like to ask people, well, how often would you like me to contact you? And let them decide that, because I might think that they're a cold contact that I would only contact quarterly, but they really would like me to contact them monthly. And so that way you have them divided out, and it helps you have priority. So you're not going to spend a ton of time on your cold contacts. You're going to be nurturing those hot and warm contacts. Does that make sense? So that's just a great resource that we're going to upload in the Essential Oiler Leaders group. So watch for that tomorrow. But make sure people are connected, guys. You really that's one thing that's super amazing about doTERRA is our culture and our willingness to share, our willingness to help those that are wanting help. And we want people to feel that. Don't you guys love the doTERRA culture? And we want people to feel part of that. And so it's so important to connect them. If they're not a Facebook person, I would encourage them, say, look, you're going to miss out on a lot of great information and support by not being on Facebook. Even if you don't really like Facebook, you don't want to connect with people, make up a false profile. Like my husband, he doesn't like Facebook, but he wants to know what I'm posting and what's going on. So he has a false profile under a false name. We just picked one from a movie that we liked. And so you can do that. And then that way, as long as you know who they are, you can add them to the groups. And that way they can be in the loop, and they can sign up for emails so that they don't even have to actually go into Facebook, but they can sign up for emails to get those notifications, and that way they can be in the loop. Okay. If someone is super anti-Facebook, then you might need to think about how you're going to contact them and how you're going to incorporate them. But don't let that weigh as too heavy a burden on you. Please encourage them to get on Facebook, because that's where the resource is. But don't make it super laborious on you either, because you've got to do what works for you and what's efficient and streamlined for you. So that's just my 2 cents there. Okay, so this is going to be your second follow-up meeting. Now, this can happen, again, it can happen at the same time if people are feeling good, they're hungry for it, they're not overwhelmed. But if they're overwhelmed, let's put this in the second meeting, okay? So you want to do this between 5 to 12 days after they're receiving their oils, but for sure before that 14th day. Because, guys, when you sign somebody up new, you only have 14 days to move them. You get one move, and you need to use it wisely. That's why it's so important those first 2 weeks that they have their oils to be having these conversations, to be nurturing this relationship so that you can have a better grasp on where they stand. Now, yes, it is super hard to know if a person's going to be a builder in 14 days. I know, but that's what we've got to work with. And we're lucky that doTERRA even lets us have a move, because a lot of companies do not let you have any move at all. Where they sign up is where they sign up. So we're going to switch screens real quick. Maybe. Okay. Okay, do you guys see this wellness consult guide here? Let me move this real quick. Okay, are you guys seeing my screen again with the wellness consult guide? I'm just making sure that I have the right thing before I start talking about it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is a bigger version, so you can hopefully read it. So this is the wellness consult guide. I know a lot of people, the name wellness consult is a little bit overwhelming and can make you feel a little bit inadequate. Guys, all this is asking questions to help people start thinking about their health. All you need is your reference book and your oils. Seriously, and a pen. It's not scary. Yes, Rose, we're gonna be doing that. So as you're going through this wellness consult, I love that this used to be a lot more involved. They've really streamlined it down a lot so that it really gets to the point. So it helps them think of their top 3 priorities, and then you can list the products that they have that will help with those. So if they said digestive support, respiratory support, and mood support, then products they would have for digestive support would be Digest Zen. For respiratory support, Breathe. For mood support, maybe that's one that they need to get. Frankincense would be a good one to write there. But products that they might want to have, add to that, well, maybe for respiratory support, getting the Breathe stick would be very, very beneficial. Or for mood management, the emotional aromatherapy kit might be a really good one to look at. So you can get some suggestions there, and just you can do that based on what you look up. And guys, this doesn't have to be compliant when you're filling it out. If they say allergies, write down allergies. Don't put seasonal threats. But don't take a picture of it and then post it on social media. But yeah, if they say allergies, put allergies, and then products that they have that can help with that. You want to be specific. You want to help them. So, help them fill this out. And then that way they can see what they have that can help with that. And even if they have something that can help with that, it's always good to have a second recommendation, and your reference book is going to help that. So right here, what reference book are they going to have? Are they going to get the app? And so have them fill this out. Have them choose which one they're going to do, or if they're going to do both. Let them know there is a fee associated with the app, but it's a one-time fee. Now, this is where it gets very important, guys. You want to help them set up a schedule for how they're going to be using this. What is their wellness plan? And if you've got somebody that just wants to use oils, maybe they just want to use Deep Blue because they have a sore back, then maybe they're not into doing this. And if somebody doesn't want to fill this out, number one, that's a good sign that they probably are not going to be a builder on your team. But number two, that kind of shows you their commitment level. And there is something on here that they took off that I wish that they would add back on, is how committed are you to making changes to better your health? And that's something that you can ask them to see how committed they are. Because you don't want to be pushing a full cleanse and vitamins and DDR prime, Mito 2 max. You don't want to be recommending all that when they're like, oh, but I won't take pills, and I'm not going to do any of that. So if they're not committed, don't go too crazy here. If they're pushing back against the wellness consult, then skip this part, and that's a sign to you. It's a trigger, okay? That these are just going to be users. Now, most people will be willing to fill this out, so don't let that scare you off. So help them think about how they could incorporate this in their life throughout the day. Are they, they could use, if they're like, oh, we're super healthy, we're good. Well, maybe recommend incorporating some On Guard toothpaste or On Guard laundry detergent. Maybe they're looking for a new skincare line. We have some fabulous skincare lines. So you can do this and just kind of work with them, look in the reference books, look in the Libguide, in the first few pages of this, on products that they're interested in, and help them set out a plan. Now, once you have a plan, set up 3 months of LRPs. Now, I've seen teams give out incentives. I haven't personally done this myself, but I probably should. But if you do 3 months of LRP of 100 points, then you get something free. So some people do you'll get a free pedal diffuser or something like that. And you can figure that out. If you can't afford that yet, don't offer that. But you can figure out some kind of incentive to give if they do 3 months of LRP, because that's really getting your structure strong. It's getting you a solid user, and it's going to help build your business. So with the products that you've recommended here, products that they're going to need up here, you're going to fill out their monthly plan for the next 3 months. You're going to add up the PV, and you know, that way they know if they're going for the 125, they've got the information there. And then this is a great page that they can go through and check mark off too. And all these colors are going to relate to these different areas on the wellness pyramid. So if you're familiar with the wellness pyramid, which I suggest you get familiar with, help them understand that oils aren't the end all be all of living. They are a tool. They are a tool, guys. They are not going to give you vitamins. They're not going to give you minerals. They're not going to exercise for you, but they can help you rest and manage stress. They can help you reduce toxic load. They can help you with informed self-care. And we have products that will help in this Eat Right category. Our LLB and Daily Nutrient Pack are amazing. So this helps people understand the big picture. Now, I will tell you, not everybody is ready to see the big picture. So meet people where they're at and don't try to force it, okay? Let's see. Yeah, the oils will not exercise for you. I've tried, Trudy, because you know me, I'm allergic to exercise. So guys, don't be scared of the wellness consult. It doesn't have to be scary. You just need to have your book and a pen, and you can work through this. It prompts you, it gives you ideas, and this can just help them kind of understand what they can do and how they can reach their goals with this program. So you're going to review the loyalty rewards program. Let me get this big again. This is just, they have a great section in the Libguide that's going to help them on page 14 to understand what the loyalty rewards program is. And especially now, well, we're at the last day, but with promotions that encourage that 100-point LRP, and if you are trying to earn a spot on the incentive trip, getting people on LRP can really help you rack up those points. So get people interested in that and show them how flexible it is, how easy it is. You know, have your laptop or your iPad there, and you can show them real easily how fast and easy it is to change their LRP, and let them know that you'll be there to help them until they understand how to do it on their own. So once you've gone through this with them, you want to ask, how do you see doTERRA changing your life? Do they see hope for changing, you know, losing weight or being more emotionally balanced or help with stress or whatever? How do they see that? And then ask them, are you open to earning an income with doTERRA? And if the answer is no, they're just going to be your users. Now, don't be dismayed when somebody says, I don't really want to earn money. More than 80% of people that you talk to are not going to want to earn an income with doTERRA. So you're going to get a lot more no's than yeses in this area. But that's okay, because the bulk of our business is made up of users, and we love our users. So on the back of the Libguide, you're going to, on the bottom section, like here, sorry, I hate to keep switching screens on you guys, but, oh, hold on. The back, let me show you real quick. The back of the Libguide, we're going to go down here. There's LRP stuff, lots of good stuff. The back, right down here on the bottom, it says, do you want to earn free products by hosting a doTERRA class? Or would you like to supplement or replace your income? And that way, they can say, oh, yeah, I would like to host a class, because that's what we want. Even if they're not going to do the business, see if they'll host a class for you. That can be a really great way to get into more people's circles and to broaden your exposure and your circle of influence. If they are interested in supplementing an income, break out the build guide, guys. This really walks you through it. Now, if they are interested in earning an income, that is when you are going to say, what is your level of play? And I believe we talked about that in the very first video, where you're going to, you know, are you wanting to just earn, whoops, hold on, sorry. Are you wanting to just, let me pull out my build guide. Hold on, guys, sorry. Got stuff everywhere. Where is my build guide? Oh, build guide. Sorry, I've got my office is a disaster from traveling. Where's my build guide? And that's building doTERRA. Okay. Anyway, it's all good. So it has levels of play in the build guide that will have them figure out like, okay, I just want to earn enough money to get my products paid for. I want to earn enough money to supplement my income. That's going to be like a premier to silver, maybe a gold. And then I'm wanting to replace an income. That's going to be like platinum and above. So from them, let them choose, guys. Don't push them into anything. Just show them that list and let them choose. That's why the build guide is so fabulous. It really lets them decide for themselves and listen to them. Okay? You ask them and then you shut your mouth. Let them decide. And there's not a right or a wrong answer. You just need to know which way to support them. And if they are wanting to do that, that's when you will go to the next step. Now, we're not going to be talking a bunch of placements tonight, but a user is just going to be wanting to use their oils. Either they're going to be on no LRP, you're just going to place them where you need volume, typically on level 3 under somebody that is sharing. Some users are going to have a consistent LRP, and you can use those to help fill in power of 3 bonus or rank areas. So, but don't build under somebody that is just a user, guys. Please don't do that. And you're actually not going to be able to do that anymore because we're going to be able to have a wholesale. This is going to make it super easy, which I can't believe I forgot to include this. But we're going to have a wellness customer and a wellness advocate account. They're both going to have a 25% discount. They're all the same thing, but a wellness customer cannot have a downline, but you can move them. So they're getting rid of the preferred member account. So this is super exciting. So that's going to make it really easy from the get-go on if they want to be a wellness advocate or if they want to be a wellness customer. And if they're going to be a customer, they're automatically in the user category. So that's really exciting. So that'll make that conversation a lot easier too, because they're going to have to decide from the get-go. So you might have the build guide out earlier with you. Trudy asks, did you hear about how existing wellness advocates are going to be classified? I believe that they are all staying the same. They're not going to be, nothing's going to be changing. They're still working out the kinks and stuff and how that's all going to work in the system. But until that happens, it's probably going to be, I would guess, probably at least 6 months out. It might be sooner. I don't know. But I would be surprised if it's sooner than 6 months. But that's going to be important to have that build guide there. So when they are signing up, they can make a little bit more educated decision. So I'm really excited about that option. If they're going to be a sharer, if they just want to earn enough money to get their oils paid for, you're going to place them on your second level. Unless you're super brand new, and you can, if you're super brand new, you don't have anybody else, you can put a share on your front line. That is okay. But if you've been going for a little bit, then you need to have that on your second level, probably under a builder, okay? And a builder, if they're ready to supplement or replace an income, then you're going to put them on your first level. So we're going to be talking about placements more, and it's just going to be a basic placements. We're not going to go into a lot of super duper detail, but we'll go into more placements next week. So keep in mind with that. The one thing I will tell you about placements, guys, is use your upline. Please use your upline. Don't guess. Use your upline. But don't think that your upline has like a crystal ball. So if you haven't asked a person, if you haven't looked at your structure, don't expect your upline to be able to say, oh, yes, Sarah, yeah, you need to stick her here. That's not going to happen. So, but use your upline because they can help advise you in different situations of what might be helpful. Okay, customer care. And we talked about this a little bit. And most of your people are going to be customers. So remember that. This is going to be 80 to 85% of the people that you sign up are going to fall into this category. Ask them how often they would like to check in, how often they want you to check in on them. Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it quarterly? And that's also going to tell you if you're going to use the Trudy's hot, warm, and cold system, which section to stick them in. You're going to send your customers special deals. You're going to be telling them about what's going on. You're going to make sure that they're connected, that they're not left high and dry. You're going to make sure that they know where to go for answers and that they have some sort of reference material. And you're going to make sure they know how to use their products, that they're not scared to take the lid off. And first and foremost, you're going to be their friend. Just be kind to them and just be their friend. So mentoring, and we'll be wrapping up here in just a little bit. So I love this quote. Mentoring is about drawing out the brilliance in others. So there's two parts of mentoring, being mentored and then being the mentor. So being mentored in the launch guide that we're taking this whole program from, okay, make sure you have this either online or in paper, but there is a fabulous success check-in, and you can get the success check-in at sharesuccess.com/library as well. But what it's going to do, it's going to ask you to fill these things out so that you're not just directionless when you call in with your upline mentor. So celebrate and validate. I'm going to focus on my wins and victories and bring more of the same. So what's working? What are your successes? And you fill that out. And then what are challenges? What are your biggest obstacles? What support do you desire? And you're going to fill that out. Development. What insights and breakthroughs are you having? What do you need to do differently? So this is kind of like self-awareness. And then it's got some accountability. It's going to talk down here about the pipes. Okay, so you have your pipes and you fill in your numbers. Because guys, numbers don't lie. If you are filling this out and you've got 6 in prepare and you've got 1 in invite and 2 in present and 1 in enroll and 5 in support, that's going to tell me real quick that you're not doing those core actions. You're not inviting, you're not presenting to people the opportunity, and you're not signing people up. So we would need to focus on those areas. So the numbers do not lie. So keep track of what you're doing. And you just take a picture of that and send it to your mentors right before, before the call so that they know they get a chance to look at it. And you call them at the right time. And then just be open. Make sure that time is set aside. I typically like to do 20-minute mentoring calls. Sometimes I'll do 30, but I usually, I try to keep them to 20. And that way we can just stay focused. We can stay on topic. That call is, even if you're my BFF, that call is to focus on mentoring. And if we want to, after that's done, we can hang up and I'll call you back as your BFF. But when I'm in that 20-minute time, we are focused. I am your mentor. You are my mentee. Okay. So get mentored. Look in your upline and see who might be able to mentor you. You can see your upline listing. If you go in your back office, click on the team tab and then go to upline listing. And it's going to have your entire upline all the way up to Justin Harrison. And he is, I think he's Bill Doterre. I can't remember. But if your upline is not engaged, keep going up. Keep emailing or calling people in your upline until you find someone that is able to mentor you. And especially at the beginning, guys, it can help you avoid so many pitfalls and help you work smarter, not harder. Okay? So find a mentor in your upline and get those scheduled. You also will need to be mentoring people. So as you get builders on, you will need to be setting up mentoring calls with these people. This creates accountability, it creates structure, and it creates those relationships. It helps nourish those relationships. So they will send you, they're going to fill out the Share Success check-in, and you're going to evaluate it. Even if you're brand new and you don't know what you're doing, you can do a 3-way call with your upline mentor until you are able to do it yourself. But this is a key skill that you need to have as you grow in this business. And we have fabulous, fabulous resources in the launch guide and the lead guide to help you know what direction to go in. Make sure you're celebrating successes, and as they achieve and reach new ranks and benchmarks, celebrate those and recognize them. Make sure you're asking questions and you're not just preaching. You really want to listen with understanding and help them feel understood and valued. And just be a true friend. But make sure mentoring is happening, okay? Okay. Action items for this week. Let me move my thing. Hold on. Got stuff in my way. I can't read. Okay, so make sure you have the Live, Share, and Build guides, either the paper version or the PDF version. And that PDF, again, can be found at sharesuccess.com/library. do an oil review with the new enrollment. And that is, and the checklist is going, and instructions are going to be uploaded in the leaders group. So look for those. Thank you, Trudy. You're awesome. Do that with the new enrollment and use your Libguide to do that. Practice doing a wellness consult. So maybe you ask your husband or your mom or your sister or your neighbor to do a practice wellness consult with you so you don't feel scared about it. And just so you're familiar with the form as well. And know what resources you will promote. We all have our different likes and dislikes. So if you prefer one reference book over the other, then choose that. Know what group you're going to be adding people to. Know what people you're going to say, hey, you need to follow Nicole on Periscope because she's freaking awesome. That would be a great recommendation. I can totally endorse that. Although I haven't even had time today to Periscope. It's like my therapy and I'm not getting it today. So it's a little sad. Not going to lie. Contact 3 people that have bought product from you or signed up with you and provide some excellent customer service. So figure out how you can serve them. Maybe it's just saying, hey, I just wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing with your oils. And I also wanted to just kind of see how often you'd like me to check in with you because I don't want to bother you, but I don't want to leave you high and dry either. So check in with at least 3 people this week. Arrange your mentor call with your upline and get that scheduled to be mentored on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be every week if that's too much for you, but at least once or twice a month, I would recommend that. If you're brand new, then you need probably every week or maybe even twice a week. If you have a builder, you've got somebody on your team ready to go, set up a regular mentor call with them for you to mentor them and help them get started with the success checklist and get those going. And if you're a little intimidated to do that, then ask your upline mentor to possibly do a 3-way call with you or a 3-way Zoom chat or something like that to get that going. Okay, so next week, so we've already done all the pipes. We've done the prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. So this last week, this is going to be the last week in this series, we're going to be talking about the basics of placements. We're going to be talking about the importance of mindset and personal development because this is huge, guys. This is what's going to make or break you in this business. And how to level up, how to reach for that next level, whatever that level might be. So make sure you're connected with our group. Make sure you're in our Essential Oiler Leaders group. The recordings are going to be shared there and have to stay there. And make sure you are set up for text or email reminders. Although we only have 1 week left, I don't want you to miss out. And then make sure you're connected with me on Facebook. And then we will be doing this one last time on next Monday. So let me go ahead and stop the recording. Thanks for joining us. Let's turn this off and then I can answer questions.